Let's begin. Welcome back to the block. I am your host, Kyle Johnston. It's for the late night addicts, the early morning coffee drinkers. It's where we talk some sports, we break down the games, do a little handicapping, talk some pop culture, and we talk some music. The tennis world's praying it's alright, as match fixing allegations start to rock the tennis world. And Novak Djokovic, I like you, bud. Definitely my favorite male tennis player because a lot of people fucking hate you. Kind of like your personality. But you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. I don't doubt that you were approached. I don't doubt that, according to the BBC, 16 of the top 50 players in the world have been approached in one way or another by match fixers. You gotta understand who you're dealing with. And I think Djokovic has got some street cred. I live off of my street cred. Trust me, I've played the games. I've been there. I've done it. I've done it all, man. Seen all the games. Been to some places, in some situations. Met some people. Trust me. Seen it, live it, done it. So, if he knows what's best for him, he'll shut his mouth, and I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's had people tell him, hey, zip it. And some people might not think $200,000 is a lot of money to these guys, but hey, that's $200,000 more dollars in your pocket than you previously had. And some of the lifestyles that these guys live, especially some of these tennis players too, people don't quite understand that in North America. Tennis in North America is kind of it's a niche. It's a specific sport. It's got its popularity, but it's got a minority population that like it. They are hardcores. There is some money to be made in it. But over in Europe, it's big, man. Tennis is huge. Tennis is massive. Betting on tennis is like betting on the NFL over here in North America, but it's more consistent. Now, I remember reading. I read Declan Hill's book, The Fix, and that was quite a fucking interesting book. To see the lengths that match fixers go to. Sometimes you see how easy it is. But the lengths to keep it quiet is they do it by omission. There was a huge chapter in how they fix these games by omission instead of commission. It's evolved. It's not as obvious. They got so many things you can fix, you can gamble on. Some of them don't even affect the outcome of the game. Now, if anybody's interested in this, Declan Hill's definitely the guy to go to. He's one of the best investigative journalists in the world on match fixing. The book was quite interesting. It was mostly focused around the soccer world. He was down in Ghana, over in Asia. Remember, he was at a KFC, and he was secretly filming. He got hooked up through some contacts, and he was trying to record a secret conversation between a couple match fixers, and he was in a KFC out in like fucking the Philippines or fucking Thailand or something. I think it was Thailand. A lot of these Asian gangsters are big in it. Fucking it's fun and game for them. Fun and games for them. But yet very profitable. As we've been having some good days. A lot more good days than bad days. As long as we can keep that up. Remember, as long as you hit 51% of the time, you're making money. In the world of handicapping. It's got to be smart. I have been reckless here and there. There was about 3-4 weeks ago. Fuck, man, I was pissed off. Maybe 3 weeks ago, I was fucking pissed off. Somewhere around there, and I couldn't fucking hit it. Shit was fucking went around with my head. Thinking too much about some other things. Wasn't seeing the games clearly. When you got to step back a little bit. Not play as much. Even though us D-Gens, we see something on the board we're like, why not? Why not? Why not? Small wager, why not? But Back in the game, back in the action. So I'll keep my eye out on the match fixing in tennis. I have been watching the Aussie Open. Bouchard, nah, come on, man. I was all over Radwanska. There was no way Bouchard was going to beat Radwanska. That was that's what happens when you fuck around and you're unseeded. You know, going into the tournament, Bouchard's like, I don't care if I'm unseeded. I'm just glad to be playing. And I don't know I don't know everything that's happened with all the concussion and U.S. Open and shit like that. But fuck Bouchard, man. You're better than that. But I don't think you're as good as what you think you fucking were. No. You're not a top 5 fucking player. No. You're not a top 5 player. Top 20, yes. Will she make her way to a couple quarterfinals and semis? Maybe the odd final? Yes. Because that's what women tennis is. But she definitely got a fucking, she definitely got an ego on her shoulders. She got ahead of herself way too fucking much. I definitely think some of this humiliation in her game has definitely humbled her. I know she comes from a posh town in Montreal, so it's not like she's hasn't had someone holding her hand from time to get her through some tough situations, probably. She's probably been given some things on a plate. But she's not good enough. Not fucking good enough. Your game's not good enough, Bouchard. Keep making your commercials. Like, I'm pretty damn sure, like, when she had a concussion and shit, I think she went to, like, a couple fucking concerts. Couple of, I know she did some photo shoots and some fucking commercials and shit like that. So, how bad can it be? How bad can it really be? So, but I was watching her. Raonic is playing well right now. Raonic is definitely stepping his game up. He's, seen the chance to evolve and taking it. He actually beat, what did he beat? I think he beat Federer in the final, the Sydney Open? A couple weeks ago. Pretty sure he beat Federer in the final there not too long ago. I was watching his game the other day. Well, last night? Against Roberto. Seeing his game evolve around the net. Not bad. Not bad. He's got soft hands for a big man. Soft hands for a big man. Can't believe I'm fucking sitting here talking about tennis. But he's got some soft hands for a big man. He's starting to show that game. Serving volleys. Like, he's got a fucking powerful serve, man. If he can get that serve and volley under control, he'll have no problem. Look at what Andy Roddick did, man. Andy Roddick fucking put a couple titles under his belt with a fucking massive serve and a good serve and volley game. But I don't watch a lot of men's. I watch a lot more women's tennis. And a lot of people are probably thinking, fuck, yeah. Fucking Johnston here watching women's tennis. I wonder why. And yeah, fuck, it's the big white elephant in the room. Fuck it, yeah. They are fucking hot. There's some fucking hot ones out there, and I do watch it. It's not bad. But I do like the skill. I like the fucking game a lot better than the men's. I see a lot more rallies. It's not so much dependent on the big booming serve. I think it's more entertaining. Yeah, they are hot out there. There's some good-looking tennis players out there. Anna Ivanovic, what can I say? Anna Ivanovic. I live in Oakville. But she's showing up the Old Trafford on Bastian Schweinsteiger's arm. So I got no chance in that game. No chance in that game when she's showing up the Old Trafford with Schweinsteiger there. Hey, Schweinsteiger, not bad. Not bad. I always knew you were smart. She definitely makes Old Trafford look a hell of a lot more beautiful, and I'll leave it at that. But she's a favorite tennis player. She's got some skill. Kind of, if Bouchard can look at somebody that's kind of been through what she's been through, Anna Ivanovic is one of them. Kind of busted out onto the scene, became a big Serbian star over in Serbia, photo shoots. I'm pretty sure she did a lot of commercials over there. I think a little bit got to her head. She kind of fell off the scene for a little while. Not necessarily fall off the scene, but exactly what Bouchard was doing. She was going out early in tournaments, especially in the majors. She was falling out first or second round. But in the last 3 years, she's come back on the scene with vengeance. I think she's ranked in the top. I know she's ranked in the top 10 right now. She's doing quite well. Like I said, and Schweinsteiger, he's doing quite well. So that's way out of my league. But I do like my women's tennis. I watch it a lot. I like the fucking skill. I can't stand the fucking Williams sisters. Fuck them. Fuck them. Every tournament gets better once they get knocked out. Especially that fucking Venus. Like, fuck Venus. Like, fuck that. At least Serena's got some fucking real skill and shit like that, man. I never liked that Venus Williams. Never liked. Fuck you, Venus. You just pissed me off. You just pissed me off. You're probably a good person, but you just pissed me off. I can't stand watching you. But anyways, enough with tennis. I got a bunch of sports picks here for you later on. Try to get them out early. Try to keep this podcast length somewhat reasonable. But I was reading around and big footy fan. And there's been some leaked documents in the Gareth Bale transfer to Real Madrid. When it broke down, we heard the 100 million euro man, etc., etc. And it is kind of true. It is kind of true. But there's a lot of other things going into this. So according to leaked transfer agreements, the Wales international Bale, it cost Real Madrid 90 million euros, less than the 90 million that was reported. Less than the 90 million that they paid for Ronaldo, less than the $100 million that was initially reported. But it will get up to 100 million euros. Sorry, not $100 million, 100 million euros with incentives and installments. I guess they had agreed. Like, this is fucking interesting shit, right? Like, it's not just about buying a player. It's not just about football. It's about business. It's about your image. It's about the media and what you're going to do with that. It's quite wild. So I guess the document shows that both Real Madrid and Tottenham agreed to announce the fee as £78 million. And they also agreed that Tottenham wouldn't refer to the economic aspects of it. Quite interesting, eh? A bunch of sneaky little fuckers is basically what it is. It's all about image. This is what we're learning, man. The world of sports, the world of entertainment, everything in this fucking world is about fucking image, man. It's about how you fucking look to other fucking people, man. How you fucking look to be for the big boys. And it's true, and it works. It fucking works, man. Even in a social fucking aspect, man. Image is fucking everything, man. Now, hopefully a lot of people can evolve their fucking thoughts and realize to look a little deeper. But, especially in the business world, especially with the fucking 1%, these fucking big companies, man, image is everything. It's quite interesting that they've agreed. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. It's just interesting that it's in there. I am shocked though that they wouldn't agree to the actual fee. To announce the actual fee, though. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of flip-flopping on this. Usually I don't get fucking shocked too much, but very interesting. Very interesting. Basically, it's to make Real Madrid look good with its fans. And, like, if there's any fan base in the world of sports that you can't fucking trick, it's the fucking Real Madrid supporters, man. They ain't fucking stupid. They've been around the fucking block. You know what I mean? They're not a fan of Gareth Bale. They haven't been a fan of Gareth Bale since he showed up. So I'll give it to the fucking Real Madrid fans. They've been fucking, they chose their side and they stayed with it. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. But yeah, this is basically all about, and it's funny that Tottenham, it shows how big of a club Tottenham is. Really. In the long run. Which is fucking hilarious, because I'm not a fucking Hotspur fan. In fact, I really dislike the Hotspur. It just shows, you know, Tottenham is this club that think they're a big club. You know? But as Hillary Clinton's talking about reality, well, I'll talk reality. Hillary Clinton. Fuck. You're not a big club, Tottenham. And this just proves it. This looks fucking horrible on your fucking club, man. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the Tottenham supporters, some of the firm reaction. Definitely makes Tottenham look like a small club. It doesn't look good on the fucking EPL as well. It looks like they're a second fiddle to La Liga. But then again, it is Real Madrid doing business with Tottenham. And Tottenham, you're not that big. There are a lot of rumors that Gareth Bale's going down to Manchester United. And as a United supporter, I wouldn't mind. And obviously after this leak of documents, maybe it'll save us a couple bucks. I don't know. See, the thing that fucking works against us is Real Madrid's got to hang on to some of their fucking players because they got a transfer embargo coming up, and they can't fucking sign any players and put them on the pitch for 2 years after this fucking transfer window. So it's gonna be hit and miss with Gareth Bale. I'm not quite sure what United's gonna do. He's exactly the player we fucking need. Guy that'll play outside on the wing, take guys one-on-one. He's gonna provide some much-needed goal scoring. Going to provide some much-needed wing play. He's a good fucking player. He's got a sick left foot. World-class left foot. Is he worth 100 million fucking euros? Nobody's fucking worth 100 million fucking euros. Just shows the fucking how much money gets thrown around in the world of soccer. But Tottenham, you're fucking minnows. You're minnows. Real Madrid fucking just made you look like fucking minnows. Because I'm sure you didn't negotiate any of those fucking stipulations, Tottenham. But then again, reporting for 78 million pounds, it does make Tottenham look good as well. It's all about fucking making yourselves look fucking good, right? There's very little loyalty left in the fucking world of sports. Very little loyalty left in this world at all, to be honest with you. But let's hope for the best. So, I'm going to try and, I was explaining on my last podcast, I know they're fucking really spaced out right now. It's pissing me off. I'm fucking busy. I'm living my life in the fast lane, basically, whether it's work, socializing, or fucking schoolwork. You got to pay the bills, you got to go out and have some fun. And, I got to get this career thing going on with journalism. You can't keep fucking that up. Things are going well. But the sleep's definitely taking a hit. Eating schedule's definitely all fucked up. Going out and having fun, no, that doesn't really get messed up too much. I got my ticket booked to Vancouver. Fucking expensive these days, man. Holy shit. Fucking expensive. But you gotta love the arrow points. Cover at least cover over half. Put it that way. So got my plane ticket booked January 29th. Heading down to Vancouver for the weekend. Should be some good times, some old times. Old memories come back. Got a few contacts down there. A few people I've met over my travels. I'll see what they're doing. Also, my cousin lives down there. I'll pop in. But I'm heading down there for a West Coast road rage. So anybody out there in BC, anybody out there in Vancouver listening to this right now, there's a West Coast road rage going down with Sports Rage. Gabriel Morency, Cam Stewart. The Rage and Red Heat Revolution Tour. I say get your ass down there. Buy some tickets. It's gonna be a fun night. Never really know what happens. But I can guarantee you one thing, you're going to have a good time. You're going to meet some good people. So get your ass down there, BC. Before I get into some sports picks here. I know it's usually my first podcasts are a little slow out of the gate, just getting back into it. I'll bring the fucking energy tomorrow. We'll get fucking right back into it. Back into a routine. It's tough when you're living each day by each day, basically. That's basically what it is. Every week, each day has a new schedule. It's fun, keeps me on my toes, keeps me out of trouble. Well, kind of keeps me out of trouble, I guess I should say. But, alright. I was listening on the radio here, and I don't know how many of you listeners out there are chess players. I'm not much of a chess player, but yes, I can play chess. I know the rules of chess. Played many a times. I can safely say that I was never a member of no chess club growing up in high school. But I heard on the radio that Saudi Arabia has banned the game of chess. They deem that it contributes to violent nature, to competitiveness, to violence, which is fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Like first of all, how big is chess in fucking Saudi Arabia then? Like, holy fuck, man. I haven't heard too many people coming up to me and say, hey Kyle, played fucking chess last night. Like, fuck, man, I kind of forget that shit even fucking existed and shit like that. So first of all, it's pretty crazy how big chess, I guess, is in fucking Saudi Arabia. But it's basically an illegal game now. So, it just goes to show, like Saudi Arabia, you got bigger problems than fucking chess. You have fucking way bigger problems than fucking chess. And I don't even want to fucking get into it. But that's like fucking coming over here and saying fucking the game of fucking euchre. Game of euchre is fucking banned. All you senior citizens out there want to play fucking euchre, it's fucking banned. Too competitive. Too competitive. People get too violent after they lose. So obviously Saudi Arabia has a bunch of fucking sore losers over there. But no, I guess they gamble on it a lot over there, which is probably one of the big reasons why. There's probably a lot of illegal fucking chess gambling rings going on over there, which is quite fucking hilarious to say. Never thought I'd really fucking put illegal gambling rings and fucking chess in the same fucking sentence. But like what? Saudi Arabia just fucking executed like 57 people in like one fucking day. You want to talk about fucking you want to talk about promoting fucking violence? I don't know, man. Two people fucking duking it out after a fucking chess game. It's gonna take 6 hours to get to the fucking fight, first of all. And I tell you what, I don't even have the fucking patience to play poker. If I sit there for fucking trying to play, I'd say, whatever, buddy, fucking win, I'm out. I'm out. That's basically what I start doing in fucking poker. You know, I'm not bad, got the concentration for a couple hours, then it's just like, fuck this shit. Alright, all in. All in. Chess, I'd be just like, fucking, alright, there goes the fucking queen. But, we're talking about violence. Violence. Holy fuck, man. Look, if I sat there and saw 57 people get executed or saw 2 people duke. Like, I wouldn't even stick around to the end of the chess game to see the 2 fucking people fight. Like, fuck, man. Must be some back alley shit going down in the streets of Saudi Arabia with this chess shit. Just kind of shocked me. Kind of made me stop, actually. I was going for a run, to be honest with you, when I heard this. Kind of fucking stopped and just laughed to myself. I'll definitely be thinking about Saudi Arabia the next time I see 2 people playing chess. Don't see it too often. I usually see people playing those, I don't know what the hell they are these days, those cards and those fantasy game cards or whatever. It's usually what I see fucking people playing around the campus and shit like that. I have no idea what it is. Not in my area of expertise. But I can't remember the last time I saw people playing chess. Can't remember the last time I heard about a fight. Like, what if that guy tried to fight the fucking machine that was trying to beat him or whatever? You know what I mean? Here, I'm gonna fucking send you a virus, motherfucker. But yeah, next time I see people playing chess, I'll be thinking of Saudi Arabia. I'll be thinking about all those poor bastards over there that want to play chess. All those guys sneaking around the back alleys trying to play a game of chess. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of fucking old people over there that sit around and play chess, but I guess it is what it is. I don't fucking live there. It's not going to affect my life any. I just thought it was interesting and hilarious because they got bigger problems on their fucking hands, Saudi Arabia. And another piece of interesting thing is old Clifford Robinson. You guys remember Clifford Robinson? Ex-NBA player, 19-year career, former Portland Trailblazer, Mr. fucking, Mr. Rebound, He had some fucking, he was a hardcore player. He was a junkyard dog type player. But I guess he's getting into the marijuana dispensary service. Called himself, Mr. Spliffy. Fucking hilarious. Smart, too. I guess he's setting up shop in Oregon. I'm sure he'll get some good clientele with his connections. Basically, he wants to not only be a dispensary, but he wants to kind of be an activist against the traditional prescription painkillers, especially for professional athletes. He thinks it makes sense to use cannabis as an alternative, which I also think it makes sense to use cannabis as an alternative to these fucking evil pharmaceutical drugs. So all you listeners on the West Coast, check out Uncle Spliffy. Uncle Spliffy's coming to a cannabis store near you in Oregon, I guess. Mr. Spliffy's coming near you in Oregon. It's definitely a state I want to go to is Oregon. You know, I know it's not the most rambunctious or state. It's a quiet state, but I like my wine. I wouldn't mind sitting around Oregon and sipping on some wine, smoking a few cigarettes, just kind of relaxing. Living the posh life for a little while. Oregon, California, Nevada. Those are the states I want to go visit. I will one of these days. The States always just gets pushed down the list, though. There's always other things. I'd rather go to Vancouver. So let me get to some sports picks here for you. We got a huge basketball board for you. In fact, all my picks but one are on the hard court. We got a massive college basketball fucking board going on. I can only imagine those people like fucking listen to my mentor, listen to one of my favorite broadcasters, and he does fantasy. DraftKings, and you just can't believe the size of the college basketball world. Put it that way. The board, it's massive. I can only imagine picking players. Because you got like fucking, there's got to be at least 30 games going on tonight. 30 games. Going on all night. But anyways, I don't like all 30 games. I got about 6 picks for you here. 7 picks. Like I said, I'm kind of feeling the board. We've been feeling it for the last few days. We had a nice weekend with the NFL. Riding the home teams. So we'll start on the NBA. I usually start in college. We'll start in the NBA. I got more picks in college. So right off the hop, you got the Detroit Pistons. They're on the road in New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. New Orleans laying 2.5 points. Total in this game's 206. I grabbed the New Orleans Pelicans at -2, so you start to see some movement on them. Pistons are coming off a big win against the Rockets last night, so they're on a back-to-back. Pelicans are starting to play better basketball. Starting to get a little bit more healthier. Let's see here. Now, Detroit's a very nice 23-17-2 against the spread. They are making people money. They're a better basketball team this year, and they are making people money. Fucking, they sent that fucking DeAndre Jordan to the line. What did he go for? He like 7 of 20. I don't know what he set a record for missed free throws last night. Put it fucking that way. It was fucking awful, man. Like, how can the guy not hit fucking free throws? Fucking professional basketball player. But anyways, New Orleans 5-0 in its last 5 games at home against Detroit. New Orleans is 1-4 against the spread though in their last 5 games at home. So We'll look for that to change. New Orleans has won the last 3 against Detroit at home. So I look for that to continue. They are coming off a couple days rest. I look for Detroit. Yeah, Detroit had a big win last night. I don't see them to continue it. We're gonna hear the announcers once Detroit gets down. Once they start quitting, we'll hear the announcers going, "Oh, but Detroit played last night." It's like, yeah. They're in the NBA. Yeah, they fucking did play last night, and then you gotta play again tonight. It's what it is. It's like, fuck. Sometimes I wonder why they even play the second half. Let's get to the playoffs. But I will take the New Orleans Pelicans -2 over the Detroit Pistons. The LA Clippers travel across the country to Cleveland to face the Cavaliers. Cavaliers are -6.5 point favorites. Total in this game's 202.5. I like the under 202.5. I am leaning towards the Cavaliers at -6.5 as well, but we're cashed in on the under. Cavaliers played last night. Clippers are traveling across the country. I look for a slow start to this game. The under's cashed in 4 of Cleveland's last 5 games playing the Clippers. The same can be said when Cleveland's playing at home against the Clippers. The under's cashed in 4 of 5. Under's cashed in 11 of Cleveland's last 16 games. They play good fucking defense. Clippers are 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 games playing on the road against Cleveland. The ATS is highly towards the Cavaliers, so that's why I'm kind of leaning to the Cavaliers, but I like the under. I will cash it. I think both offenses will start off struggling. I think they'll eventually pick it up a little bit, but not enough to mess around with the total. So I'm going to stick with the under 202.5. I like a lot of games on the college board tonight. One game that stuck out to me pretty quick was the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers traveling on the road to face Old Dominion. Old Dominion are 9-point favorites. Total in this game is 133. Now I like the Hilltoppers at -9. I also like the over 133. Hilltoppers' defense is shit. They seem to be playing run and gun games on the road. So Old Dominion, they're 3-11 against the spread. Just awful. They are 20-5 straight up the last 25 games at home, though. The over's cashed in 4 of Western Kentucky's last 5 games on the road. That's what I like. And when I look at these road totals, they lost 83-73 at Rice. They beat North Texas 81-76. And they lost to Marshall 94-76. So they're putting up some points on the road, the Hilltoppers, but they're giving up chunks. I look for those trends to continue tonight. Old Dominion are not the most prolific scorers, but they've been able to get over the 70-point barrier. Beat Charlotte 74-65. They beat Southern Miss in Southern Miss. They lost to Southern Miss 73-71. They also lost to UAB at home 72-71. So they've been able to crack that 70-point barrier. I look for a little bit of a shootout at the Ted Constant Center tonight. I just think the Hilltoppers are a better team too. So I'll take the Hilltoppers +9, and the over 133. The 23rd ranked Kentucky Wildcats, they're on the road against Arkansas. I was initially kind of leaning to the over in this game. Still like the over. Wildcats are 13-8. 13-4. The Razorbacks the Razorbacks are 9-8. Arkansas has given up 75, 76 points a game, basically. So the Wildcats are going to have no problem putting points up on the board in this game. The total is 152. The Wildcats are 2.5-point road favorites. Now Kentucky's 6-11 against the spread. Arkansas is 8-5 against the spread. Very respectable. But I like the Wildcats to rebound from a loss. They lost to Auburn 75-70 on the weekend. A couple weeks ago, they lost to LSU 85-67, and they rebounded with a 77-61 win in Alabama. So I look for much of the same. These kids, I think these kids can rebound. So they're gonna put up a handful of points. I am leaning to the over a little bit. I don't have a play on the over yet. I got a lot of leans tonight as well, but you can't play everything. So I like the Wildcats at -2.5. I look for them to fucking step up from a disappointing loss to Auburn. They should have beat Auburn. They're better than Auburn. So we're going to take the Kentucky Wildcats. All right. Just make sure I'm on the right one. So we're going to head to some late night action here. You know, I'm going to play a little bit more too as this night goes on. We'll see how the early games, excuse me, see how the early games turn out. But I'm going to take the, sorry, I don't want to get there yet, but the Arizona Wildcats, they're on the road against Stanford. Classic Pac-12 match. Excuse me. You can see that my vocals. I'm not quite used to talking for about 45 minutes to an hour. But starting to pick up the energy here, starting to get into it, starting to wake up. You know, I couldn't sleep Tuesday night. Had a big day Wednesday. And then basically crashed last night. I hit a wall. But Arizona, they're in Stanford. Classic Pac-12 match. Arizona is -6 road favorites. The total of this game is 140. I like the total to go over. So I like the over 140. I like the Wildcats at -6. The Wildcats are putting up a shitload of fucking points on the road. Totals cashed in. The overs cashed in 4 of Arizona's last 5 games on the road. Arizona is 5-0 in their last 5 games on the road as well. Arizona put up 90 points against Washington State, 99 against Washington. When they traveled on the road, it was no different. Put up 84 in UCLA, put up 101 in a loss to USC, which is a fucking good game if anybody caught that game. USC, Arizona, a couple weeks ago. That was a hell of a game. So I like the over in this game. I think Stanford will give us enough points to get there. I think Arizona, we're not going to have to worry about them too much. So I like the Wildcats at -6. I like the over 140. And I got one play on the frozen pond. One play in the NHL for you. It's a no-brainer. How can you not? Chicago Blackhawks, they're on the road in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay are -120 favorites. Total in this game is 5 pucks. The Blackhawks are sitting there at plus 100. You don't get the defending Stanley Cup champs at plus 100 too often. So I'm going to take my chances and run with them. The Lightning are fucking too preoccupied with this 20-year-old guy that thinks he's Wayne Gretzky. Who are you, Jonathan Drouin? Who are you? Like, I'm a Habs fan, and everybody's like, oh, you guys going to go for Jonathan Drouin? You guys got to trade for Jonathan Drouin. I'm like, fuck this shit. The Habs are a fucking mess on their own. The last thing we need is to go trade for a guy that's not an established player. He hasn't proven anything. He's got, what, 2 career goals or something like that? 6 career goals or something like that? Who are you, Jonathan Drouin? I say just shut up and play. Shut up and play. You know how many people will take your spot in the AHL? But I do agree with the agent, and I do agree with Jonathan Drouin. If you are going to trade his ass, if you come out and you tell the agent, and it kind of spills into the media world that you are working on trades, and you may have one that's pretty imminent, why the fuck would Jonathan Drouin play then? No, I want him to shut up and play, but like, come on, man. It comes to a point. If you're starting to leak info, you're starting to fucking play his agent along, saying you got trades ready for him. Why would he want to get hurt? You know, if you guys kept your mouth shut, and there was none of this telling the agent that you're about to trade him. Like, Stevie Y, this is on you, bud. This is on you. But then you shut up and play, Drouin. But yeah, I agree with Drouin saying, hey, if you're going to come out and tell my agent this, why should I play? But in the long run, just shut up and play, Drouin. You have to. You're starting to create an image for yourself. I was just talking about image. It's not a good one. Aaron Asham came out on Twitter. Said he don't want Jonathan Drouin anywhere near his dressing rooms. Now, he hasn't played in a couple years, Aaron Asham. But he was a tough guy when he played. He was a team player. Did a lot of the dirty work for the team. Did things that other players didn't want to do. He knew his role. As The Rock would say, Jonathan Drouin, know your role and shut your mouth. But the Lightning are distracted with this. I think it's going to leak onto the ice. They have won 6 games in a row, the Lightning. But I look for the Blackhawks to take this. Pretty sure it's a rematch of the Stanley Cup last year. I don't know if this is the first game between them this year or not. But I will take the Blackhawks on the road. They are playing some fucking good hockey. Blackhawks have won 5 or 6 in a row too. Patty Kane's on fire. That little douchebag. Can't keep his cock in his pants, Patty Kane. But hey, it is what it is, right, in this day and age. So I'll take the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 100. It's a little hockey tirade there for you. And the Habs better wake up. The Habs are a story for another day. As Hillary Clinton's a story for another day. But the block will be back. Trying to get down a schedule. I'm trying to get a schedule ironed out. I'm doing a lot of reporter packages, and I'm all over the place. I'm living my life too, so you know I'm consistently out and about. So I'll iron out a schedule. I want to get a podcast down at least 4 or 5 times a week, like I did in the summer. It's just right now it's just not possible. I still gotta cook dinner. Like, I haven't even cooked dinner yet. Still gotta cook dinner. It's thawing out. I got some good eats on the menu tonight. I just gotta put it all together. And then probably gonna head out and catch up with a group of friends. Have a good night. Keep my eye on some of the sporting events like usual. I always tend to sneak out and check some of the wagers, see how they're going. If I can't sit in front of a TV and watch it. I think tonight's going to be one of those nights. So I'll be out and about. But I'm glad you could join me. Remember, you can find my work on Twitter at KJ_TheBlock. You can find my work on my blog site, KyleJohnstonTheBlock.wordpress.com. I'll be talking about the NFL. Definitely in the upcoming podcast for sure. Talk a little bit more about my trips to Vancouver. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my minor hockey, but we'll save that for later, close to the All-Star game. What a joke that is. I'm glad you could join me. Enjoy your Thursday night. And remember, if you're not laying the money down on the table, you're not winning. Freedom, suffocation,